Okay. What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Friday Fuel. I know it's been a few weeks with the holidays and everything, so I'm really glad to be popping back on here. Today, in this episode, I wanted to kind of pull in 5 different tips and tricks from the 6-week reset to kind of start bringing those each week focuses into our daily life. I know you all worked really hard with these different things, and so I know like they can drop off really easily. So to make any habit stick, we want to make it as easy as possible. So that's what I'm talking about today. These 5 tips. Okay, tip number 1, I highly recommend carrying a water bottle with you everywhere you go. Really avoid the throwawayable water bottles, like the Deer Park water bottles and things, because like you drink them, they're one and done, and rarely do you fill those back up. But if you have an actual one, where when you come into the gym, you can use the awesome flow water that we have, or just filling it up from your fridge, but take it with you everywhere. This is just a me thing maybe, but I like having the regular sized ones that look like humanly proportionate. The big gallon sized ones that just stare at you at your desk all day and you see how much you still have left. It's really daunting for me and really intimidating, but I know that I can crush this and do like 4 of them. Okay, tip number 2 is to go ahead and plan out your meals for the next day, the day ahead of time. So what I mean by that, if you do track your food using MyFitnessPal and going ahead and planning out your meals from breakfast, lunch, any snacks, and your dinner. Because oftentimes what I see people do, like they're tracking their food, but then they forgot to log it for breakfast, and they forgot lunch, and then they're logging as they go, and then they wind up like chasing their macros or their calories all day long. And then it's 11 p.m. They're like, oh my God, I didn't get enough protein in. Already having a plan of what you're going to eat, what ingredients you're going to use, what your macros will look like. That way you're setting yourself up for success the next day. So like I did MyFitnessPal on my own. I went ahead and logged all my ingredients, and that way I was able to check out where my macros were, and I could fill in anything in between. And I eliminated all my decisions for tomorrow, so I don't have to think about it, which is always great. So that's tip number 2. Okay, tip number 3. Always have your 3 macros on hand in your fridge at all times. This goes back to all of my meal prepping videos and everything else, and I'm just trying to hammer this even more. That way you know that you're getting in all 3 macros. So what I mean by that, for example, I always have, this is a whole thing of quinoa. This is just quinoa, so I know that I have all my carbs. It's yelling at me. I have all my carbs in here, and then if I'm also in a rush, I have ground turkey in here. My husband likes ground bison, so that's in here as well. So we got protein here, and we even have eggs up here. So I have another source of protein if I'm on the go and I need some hard-boiled eggs. Or even, I have this giant bag of kale. Look at this monster. This is beautiful. Carbs, fats, proteins, always stocked in here so you can throw them together. Again, eliminating decisions and eliminating the head scratch at the end of the day. Like, well, there's nothing to eat. Call up Grubhub. Like, we don't have time for that. So keep yourself stocked at all times. Okay. Okay, tip number 4 is go ahead and set yourself alarms in your alarm clock on your phone to remind you to get moving during the day. I know a lot of you have scenarios like this where you're at your desk and you're working on your computer all day, whether you're in the office or you're at home, and we get pretty stiff when we sit there like this, like all day long. I went ahead and put some alarm clocks in there to remind me to get moving. Whether if I sit on the floor and get some stretches in real quick, or maybe I'll go for a quick walk outside if it's not raining. Even just like 5 minutes. It doesn't have to be anything extensive like a whole other workout. Also, if you don't want like just an alarm in your phone like that, there's also an app called I Am. I have no affiliation to this whatsoever. I just love the app. It's so cute. It'll send you little happy like affirmations throughout the day, and you can set a timer for when you need it the most. Like maybe like, oh God, 2 o'clock, I'm a monster. Well, man, set it for 2 o'clock and saying, hey, like, you're really great today. I love you. Keep going. Like, whatever it is. It's really sweet and cool, and it's just a great reminder. So I highly recommend it to keep the morale up and keep your body moving during the day. Okay, so tip number 5 is go ahead and plug in all your smart devices across the bedroom from you. Wherever you have an outlet that is away from your bed, plug them in there. Any smart watches, like I just plugged mine in over here, and your cell phone. Because I know a lot of you guys have your alarms on your cell phone, which is great, but these guys
are disruptive.
They will absolutely disrupt your sleep. When they go off, especially if you don't use Do Not Disturb, which I use all the time, 7:30, it is on. If those are going off in the middle of the night, you're gonna be interrupted constantly while you're sleeping. Which you guys know how important it is to get a restful sleep all the night through so that our body has the time to rest and repair all of the little tears and wears that we do on it. So that's the first reason. Also, getting away that blue light as far away as possible, because blue light disrupts the melatonin production in our brains. And then also, this is really the biggest reason, if your alarm is on your phone, it'll force you to get up out of bed and go turn it off. And then you're up and moving for the day. No, I press snooze 5 times without even knowing it. That happens a lot. Some people keep them underneath their pillowcases. Y'all, that is a bad idea. Go ahead and put it across the room. So that way you're on time. Those are the few reasons I highly recommend putting your devices across the room from you, getting up out of bed, keeping away the blue light, getting a full restful sleep away from all this madness. And yeah, that's tip number 5. That's all I have for you today. Again, keeping it simple. What we took from the reset of doing the basics well, that's what we really want to harness in our day-to-day life. I know it's the holidays, I know things are crazy, but if you can just do those little things, like always having a water bottle. Like the holidays aren't going to keep you from always having a water bottle, you know? And little things like keeping all your macros in the fridge and, you know, keeping your devices on the other side of the room. Like there's nothing that important on Facebook, you know, keep it away. Take a deep breath. These little simple basic habits that we do every day are really going to better our health in the long run. Little baby steps for a long impact that will last. Okay, so that's the whole goal here. Take them as you see fit, and I will see y'all next time. Thanks for watching Friday Fuel.